Fridays at the Lab is a refreshing concept with well thought out ideas, rehearsed project proposals that we can implement immediately, getting to know some experts from the field and also our internal resources.
So for me, Fridays at the Lab is a time to pause and learn, something that's very difficult to achieve sometimes in the very hectic schedule of development professionals. There's always another event around the corner, another deadline, delivery, things to worry about. And it also helps to break apart the silos that sometimes even unintentionally form because people are so focused on their work, because people that don't necessarily have a reason to be together in the same space and to communicate get this chance to do so, and not necessarily on a topic that is strictly related to the work, which I think actually helps, because after a whole week of working on a specific thing, sometimes you just want to talk about something that's relevant, adjacent, but not exactly what you're working on. And I think the Fridays at the Lab are exactly what we need for this.
So throughout the years, we have a few attempts to make socializing among colleagues, but it has proven that this kind of Fridays at the Lab are the most effective, and because we are always busy. And I think it's a good opportunity to get familiar with the colleagues, especially now during COVID-19, when we have a very large number of new colleagues that joined our team, and to learn about our project activities within the three portfolios.
Fridays at the Lab provided opportunity for sharing knowledge and discovering innovative ideas and solutions for 21st century challenges as climate change, environment, city resilience, and COVID-19 and digitalization.
Learning about what's new and trendy, learning about what other sectors have done for the development in our country, as well as learning about best practices in the region when we talk about tackling climate change, employability, social services, social inclusion, and government compliance. But if you ask me, I think it's also an opportunity that we can use to cooperate among ourselves and to make opportunity for cross-project activities within our three portfolios. And I think it is always best to join forces and join expertise when dealing and making what's best for our country and our organization.
Networking with innovative and inspiring Macedonian citizens, and it made me realize how innovative nation we are.
When I realized that I can have a discount by planting a tree for every booking that I make, when I realized that I can also earn points by walking and cycling, when I heard about such inspiring applications that make everyday life easier and at the same time socially responsible.
I realized and I learned what freeganism is. And for those that you also don't know, it's a movement where you reduce your consumerism and use the resources to the extent possible, especially when it comes to food waste.
So I'd love to say there was one aha moment, but I think it was like a series of moments that led to an aha. And it was different startups, young entrepreneurs, very innovative, coming to the Fridays at the Lab sessions, presenting huge ideas that are meant to solve not only local problems, but global problems. For a long time, I was under the impression that we were a small country that, just because of its size, had a hard time producing entrepreneurs who are brave enough to tackle these huge challenges, like the problem of intermittency in the production of renewable energy, or for example lowering the costs of bionic prosthesis for people that have lost a limb. So these are things that are required everywhere in the world, and we have startups here in Macedonia that are working on these challenges. Before I started regularly attending Fridays at the Lab, I wasn't sure we had this capacity. Now I know that there are a lot of young people here who are very ambitious and actually have great ideas that I hope will succeed globally. Some of them already are.
I like the most the topics that were, I think, red alert, red noticed about climate changes, because it's a topic that concerns all of us, the well-being of all of us, and it is good to know what UNDP is working on. and what each of us as individual can do to improve and advance our practices so we can have a better future.
The positive energy and optimism of Natalia from Mama Organa, what I really liked, especially in this context, is that her enterprise, Mama Organa, has been established as a result of a specific UNDP activities and has been supported by UNDP to be established, and I am very confident that it will become very known in near future.
The enthusiasm and relentlessness of my colleagues at the Accelerator Lab.
I plan to use this slot for presenting different city interventions and urban transformations ideas from city of Skopje.
Shedding more light of gender equality in each of the topics that we discuss, because I think it's important, relevant, and very inspiring for future development. That's what I would use it for.
So I would use the slot to explore some ideas from political philosophy that might not be considered always relevant to development work, but I think that they are. For example, we often talk about delinking growth from how we affect from our impact on the environment. I think we should also explore other ideas, for example, degrowth as an idea, or how to maybe plan growth rather than only talk about the potential of infinite growth and just growing the GDP every year and then still expecting the environment to recover. There's a thought I very much like, and that is trying to stop climate change while expecting the GDP to rise every year is like trying to run down an escalator that's going up. So I think we should maybe think about how we can at least slow down the escalator.
I would like to see more on the topics that my team is working on. More specifically, not only topics that concerns business growth and business support, but as well as social services, social inclusion in our economy. So more topics about the benefits of acquiring new skills, additional trainings, social services created for hard-to-employ people, long-term unemployed people, Roma or people with disabilities, and what we are doing and what we can do to improve their quality of life and well-being.
How we can roll our sleeves up and include some of these good practices and example and support them within our development and project activities. I think that would be a significant value added to whole Fridays of the Lab concept.
I would like to see more on urban resilience and city digitalization.
The one thing I would not like to change is that it actually happens every Friday, which is, I think, is a very difficult thing to do, to have something new to present every Friday. So I hope that continues and you guys, continue to work at the same great tempo that you are right now.
I would definitely not change the duration of 30 minutes. It's the thing that I love the most because it is within our coffee break or lunch break. And when the topic is well organized and the proper audience is targeted, you have enough time to have brief intro about the topic and have Q&A section for discussion later on.
The brain behind the concept, or the three musketeers as I call you, Ardita, Laze and Igor.
It would probably go something like this. You don't know what you don't know, ... until you come to Fridays at the Lab.
The best combination of small talk, learning about what's new and trendy, and learning about the accomplishments of our colleagues.
Short, sweet, and inspirational.